Hello guys, this is Siyi. Welcome back to University of Glasgow's channel, and today I'll be taking you on an episode of how to go on exchange. Let's get on to the video. We'll be covering over these points. Now, firstly is the application process. We can either go on semester exchanges or all year round exchanges, and usually semester 1 and all year round they end at the same time. It's somewhere between end of November to beginning of December. This is also subject to variability every single year, and also semester 2 usually ends July. Now, when I was applying for my exchange, I was required to write 3 short essays. They're not that long. It's not like 1,000 words or anything. Somewhere between 200, 300 to 600 words. The first one is, why should the target uni choose you? And the second one is, why am I choosing them? The third one is about finances. So this is something we would have to write a bit more in detail, saying like, how much should I spend on transport each month? How much would I spend on food? Anything in extra, maybe your, emergency funds, anything like that. So as much as you can break down in detail into different categories for them, that would be the best. This is also very helpful for them to let you know if you are an ideal applicant. And next on, many of you may be very interested in knowing, so see, what is the eligibility criteria, right? Like, oh, is there a certain minimum GPA level, or do I need to participate in certain clubs to be, selected, or anything in additional? So this is actually very, very subject to your own course and school. There are many different factors that contribute to it. So I would take my best shot and then just hope for the best anyways. So there are 3 schools you can put on your list to say, oh, I want to go on exchange on these 3. And honestly, just any offer, I'll be very glad. So I was very honored to receive the University of Hong Kong's offer, and it was an amazing experience. So besides from the different curriculums, I also got to experience the different cultures, different people, and just a very novel experience in general. So also the food, and also Hong Kong is a very convenient travel harbor for all around Asia, or all abroad, anywhere around the world actually. It worked both ways. Anyways. So whether if it's before the exchange, during the exchange, or after the exchange, I could always get in contact with my course coordinator, advisor, or the Go Abroad team. They're always very helpful. Although there's a 7-hour to 8-hour time gap between Hong Kong and the UK, I would never be very worried to say like I couldn't contact any of them. They always reply very rapidly, so nothing to be worried about. The UofG team is always behind our backs. Next on is the visa issues. So many of you may ask, should I apply this on my own, or is UofG responsible for this? So usually after you receive your offer from your target uni, they would send a very detailed email saying, oh, what you should do before you come on exchange. Is there certain procedures you should be careful about? And the visa, of course, usually it's an individual email saying that there's a certain deadline, better proceed as fast as you can. And as long as you follow the deadline and follow the procedures, that shouldn't be a big concern. And honestly, another tip, if you ever rush into a time where your visa is taking too long to proceed, always contact both unis to see if there's anything they could do. Usually it's the target uni. They could rush you in a certain ways some of the time, but anyways, let's not hope for that. Keep strictly in the deadline, but in case anything goes wrong, that's a very nice tip to keep in mind. Next on, accommodation. So many of you will be like, oh, see, what's a good accommodation advice if you go on exchange? Actually, the best is to apply for the target uni's accommodation, because if you're taking a semester to exchange, it's usually very hard to find private leasing. Usually 1 year is something that the landlord looks for a minimum lease. And if you're going on a yearly exchange, of course, it's a bit better in this situation, but usually private leasing is way more expensive. You can expect somewhere to a 25% difference or 50% difference. It totally depends on the type of housing you're looking for. So for example, I went to Hong Kong and the prices were about a minimum of 2 times the difference, and I was placed in one of the newest student accommodations, which I'm very grateful for a way much more lower price. And I was also very close to Repulse Bay, which is a very nice beach close in southern Hong Kong. And if you guys ever get together, I really do recommend there. Now, what to do after exchange? So the first most important thing is to send your transcripts back to University of Glasgow And this is something that usually comes through mail, so you would have to do it, as soon as your final grades come out, as it would take up to 1 to 2 months to actually get to University of Glasgow, and it still takes a bit more time for us to process it. And also, please let your course coordinator or advisor, whoever is converting your grades, to know process are you actually at. This is something very important, and we don't want to delay your registration process or anything for the next academic semester. For those who've watched till this point of the video, the University of Glasgow team has a big gift for you guys. So our university actually provides free travel insurance, which we call TriCap, and the details are here. Also, one more tip for those going on exchange: make sure that your courses are in English. This is actually something really important besides the course description, as it would push it to the maximum to ensure that our courses, the way how it's lectured, remains the same as how it's taught in Glasgow Uni. Because in most European countries, sometimes their courses are taught in their local languages, which usually also requires us to have a minimum of B2 in the language. And this is something that would add to the difficulty of understanding the course concepts itself. And also, when you're going on exchange, be sure to download the Safe Zone app, just for the university to know that you're all safe and sound. And if there's any sudden emergency cases, we would know as soon as possible. So that's it from me for today. And if you have any more questions, please email us. And see you guys next time. Bye-bye!